want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh being who the world ignorantly calls God, B'Hashem, meaning coming in the name of Yahweh Shai, being who the world calls Jesus Christ. Shai Kwab Son says, I'm going to try to get through this.
All the latest there from Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg at the Munich Security Conference. We now turn our attention to India. Billionaire and founder of Open Society George Soros has launched a scathing attack on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Soros says Modi and Gautam Adani are close allies and that their fate is closely intertwined. Soros has made an ominous prediction. He reckons Modi's political position will be significantly...
Okay, so we're going to look up the word ominous. Since this man is some sort of prophet, making ominous predictions, conveying an omen full of foreboding, okay, omen, of ill omen, giving indication of coming evil. Okay, so there's George Soros, whoever the hell he is, compared to how I would like to know who the hell he is, since you might like to make evil evil predictions. But here it says, when we on news, it says Soros is an economic war criminal.
He reckons Modi's political position will be significantly weakened because of Hindenburg's fraud charges against Adani. He said this will lead to a democratic revival in India. But isn't India already a democracy? Not so much, according to Soros. He says that Modi isn't really a Democrat. Listen in to what Soros told the Munich...
Okay, so Soros says, nah, we got a problem. This dude isn't really a Democrat. Okay? So obviously, there's things going on. There's people in power going on, acting as kings of the earth. All right? Because only a king can govern a country. Okay, so there's people on this earth that are acting as kings of multiple countries.
Security conference on Thursday.
Adani Enterprises tried to raise funds in the stock market, but failed.
So he's a billionaire philanthropist. All right, the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, even if your name is George Soros, and work evil upon their beds. Did we not read he had an ominous, evil omen? Okay. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. And they covet fields and take them by violence. Could be political violence, could be financial violence. Okay, or could be extreme hand-to-hand combat violence, drone violence, chemical warfare violence, HARP system violence, train derailment violence. Okay. And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's, it doesn't matter what country you are, what country you're from, what religion you believe in, or what value system you have. If it is contrary to those that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, and they're going to practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So if your heritage is against what they're working towards, prepare for some sort of violence so that your house can be taken from you. And when I say house, I'm talking about, okay, you may have your Section 8, but a house is not a home. Didn't Luther say a house is not a home? Salaki. Salaki. The Micah 2 and 3. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks. So George Soros got something coming for him. You got something coming for you, buddy. Neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. And we're in very, very evil times right now. Okay? Very, very, very evil times. And that day shall one take up a parable against you, George Soros, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he hath divided our fields.
Adani is accused of stock manipulation, and his stock collapsed like a house of cards.
So he made a comment about the prime minister being closely intertwined. Well, who in the hell are you closely intertwined with? Because it ain't the common folk.
Modi is silent on the subject, but he will have to answer questions from foreign investors and in Parliament.
The Indian government has been quick to launch a counterattack.
So the Indian foreign minister says Soros is rich, opinionated, and dangerous. Okay, so who cares if he's opinionated unless it's in the power of his hands for his opinion to be practiced. Okay, this is according to Micah 2:1. And it seems as if it is. Okay, matter of fact, Brother Khattab from HOI, when I went out with him, he Salakia. The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And Brother Khattab had me call that out 3 years ago. It's the first scripture I ever read.
India's Foreign Minister S. Shankar has labelled billionaire investor George Soros rich, opinionated and dangerous for his comments on India.
So Soros says Modi will have to answer to foreign investors. Okay, so this philanthropist, billionaire philanthropist, has the nerve to tell a prime minister of another country who he's going to have to answer to foreign investors. It's not Bill hates a philanthropist. Got me laughing about what's his name? What's that knee guy? Russell Def Jam.
Mr. Soros is a old, rich, opinionated person sitting in New York who still thinks that his views should determine how the entire world works.
So you heard that. You heard that. You heard that. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Okay, so you got unrighteous dealings talking about your investors trying to shake down India. They got a lot of people. It's a lot of money. All right, you got injuries by all of these, toxic chemicals. Since you're in New York and all that, who knows what strings you pulling? You got injuries from the toxic chemicals. You have injuries from the earthquakes that has no epicenter. Google that. Google what's the first earthquake so far to not have an epicenter. How do they do that? So there's injuries and rich gotten by deceit. Okay, it's not natural injuries. Okay, these are not accidents or natural phenomenons. These injuries that are taking place in 2023. And as far as the grab and jab, and riches got by deceit. Okay, through inflation, you're getting rich off eggs. When his chickens running around Ybor to try to bank me, try to attack me. Okay, with families of chickens. You know, it's eggs out there. It's chickens in the Virgin Islands running around as a family. It's chickens out in Hawaii on the beach in Maui, living in the bushes, running around, living a good life. So why eggs cost so goddamn much, man? All right. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this is going to backfire on you according to the scriptures.
Now, if I could only stop at old
It's going to backfire on the whole world. Okay? This kingdom is about to be translated from one people to another.
rich and opinionated, I would put it away. But he is old, rich, opinionated, and dangerous. But old, rich, and opinionated, I would put it away. But old, rich, and opinionated New York, who still thinks that his views should determine how the entire world works. Now, if I could only stop at old, rich, and opinionated, I would put it away. But he is old, rich, opinionated, and dangerous.
Soros.
How is he dangerous? How is he dangerous? Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Okay? He's dangerous. Go ahead and close the door, princess. Get him later. Go ahead, come close the door. Princess, close the door. Get him in later. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now that's what fell upon the 12 tribes of Israel. But luckily for the rest of the world, y'all get to deal with this fierce nation too. All right? He's the hammer of the earth. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Okay, and that goes for all nations. So it's like it. So
His comments have
situation.
sparked a political slugfest in India.
So the situation that they're facing over in India is it wouldn't end too differently than what happened to the 12 tribes of Israel. That the nation would just be, heritage culture would just be completely taken away. Family structure would be completely destroyed, and they would be robbed and spoiled of everything they have.
India's leading party, the BJP, claims that Soros has links to the Congress.
I guess it hit me like the first objective was to take down the 12 tribes. Then rest of the world, I guess nation by nation. I guess that was their war campaign from the womb.
Party. In 2009, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor called Soros a close friend. But Congress has also distanced itself from Soros' comments. However, it has reiterated its demand for a parliamentary probe into Adani's firms. Listen in to what a Congress spokesperson has said.
हिंडनबर्ग रिपोर्ट आती है और वो कहती है
The Hindenburg report said Adani Group procured money from international shell companies. We want to ask who is the real owner of this black money and why the government is not conducting an inspection on the same, and why has the government not appointed a joint parliamentary committee.
सरकार इसकी
Who is the real owner of this money? Okay, once again, and there's other scriptures too. In fact, what is this? I didn't go for it, but wow, there's other scriptures too. Now, Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay? So he's saying, where is the money?
छानबीन क्यों नहीं कराती है?
Clearly, the comments by Soros have kicked up a storm in India. His credentials have been called into question. Surely the philanthropist and billionaire has a controversial past. He is notorious for breaking the Bank of England in 1992. Yes, Soros shorted the British...
Uh-oh. So this philanthropist broke the Bank of England in 1992. All right, so prepare for a financial collapse. Matter of fact, we going straight to it. This ain't no game. That's what we waiting for. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Forbes flashback how George Soros broke the British pound and why hedge funds probably can't crack the euro. All right. So, we don't know the history of George Soros to know the mystery, okay, behind George Soros. But the elders and apostles of Great Millstone know more than I. I've heard them speak of this guy, okay? So expect the show. Expect the show, a financial show.
Currency to such an extent in 1992 that the UK was forced to withdraw from the pound from the European exchange rate mechanism. Soros, British currency to...
So basically, this man knows how to crash a dollar. How about that? He knows how to crash a bank of a whole country. How about that? He broke the British pound. And as far as my 5-day-old memory goes back, euro, was worth a little bit more than the dollars. First, I remember dollars being worth more than euros, and all of a sudden, boom, hey y'all, euro worth more. Word, damn, I want euro now. I remember feeling that.
Such an extent in 1992 that the UK was forced to withdraw from the pound from the European exchange rate mechanism. Soros has also been blamed for speculative attacks on...
1992. It's 30 years later. Okay, 30 years later. You think he ain't want to do no anniversary? Don't they always do 30-year anniversary, 10-year anniversary, 20-year anniversary? Wow.
Currencies, including the currencies of Thailand and Malaysia in the 1990s. In fact, his name is often linked to the Asian financial crisis of 1997. It led to a spectacular decline in major Southeast Asian currencies. Ultimately, the governments had to seek an IMF bailout. Soros' politics is equally controversial as his economic dealings. Now, he is one of the main backers of liberal democracy. He is a prominent funder of the Democratic Party. He had founded the Open Society Foundations in 1984. The organization strives...
So when you're voting Democrat, you're voting George Soros. How about that? You're voting for what he supports. How about that? Nah. Talk about robbed and spoiled. A people robbed and spoiled. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. The book of Genesis, chapter 13, verse 1. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him. Lot is his nephew, and to the south. And Abram was very rich. In euros? Nah, he ain't need that. In Federal Reserve notes? Nah, not necessary. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. So farmers by default are rich. Without silver or without gold, a farmer that has cattle and crops is rich. He just has to cash in. Okay? Same thing if you have silver, you have to cash it in. Gold, you cash it in. Okay, but we have no crops, we have no silver, we have no cattle, we have no gold. We've been robbed and spoiled. And this man wants all nations to get in line with the investors that are not going to invest in us getting any cattle, silver, or gold.
To promote liberal democratic values globally. Soros has donated billions of dollars to Open Society. He is accused of...
We'll donate some billions of cattle, man. How about that? Donate billions of cattle, billions of silver, and billions of gold.
...instigating regime changes in several countries. He has been consistently critical of nationalist leaders like ex-US President Donald Trump, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Chinese President Xi Jinping. Also, this is not the first time that he has criticized the Indian Prime Minister. In 2020, at the World Economic Forum, Soros said, and I quote, "The biggest and most frightening setback occurred in India, where a democratically elected Narendra Modi is creating a Hindu nationalist state, imposing punitive..."
He said that's the biggest and frightening setback. He is definitely not an Israelite. That is not the biggest and frightening setback to an Israelite. Goddamn, not having your child is is a bigger and frightening setback than that. Goodness gracious, man. Salakia. This is over. Matter of fact, I'll put the rest of that in
Why would you let it get this far? Why would you even potentially let the idea of just a small town being affected like this? And
now, why isn't George Soros saying that this is the whatever that comment was that he made that I tried to make some joke out of, a truthful joke, like a professional comedian? This is way more worse than whatever the hell going on over there in India. At least it is for us. You know, get around these people. They may hop on the train and then whatever they going through jump on us. People in India can't do that, but these people over here can. All right, they might go and have sex with somebody and then a mutant baby come out. We don't know what's going on. All right, but that can happen over here, as far as we know, not in India.
it's money.
So this is a way
Why would you let it get this far? Why would you?
So George Soros, why would you let it get this far? Okay, this is way more worse than whatever you trying to prevent from getting so far. Okay, as far as immediate catastrophe, help these people right now. Give them some silver, some gold, and some cattle. All right, these people need some money.
Even potentially let the idea of just a small town being affected like this, and it's money. I live on West Main Street, and it's 0.4 miles outside of the evac radius, and we were told the whole entire time that we did not have to leave, when in all reality, this whole entire town should have left.
It's not safe for anybody. It's not safe for anybody. The whole town should have left. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord. Now, she could be a child of the Lord. She could be an Israelite. I don't know. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Okay? So, any Israelite that was down there that believed in the news, that wasn't the counsel of the Lord. Okay, counsel of the Lord comes from the scriptures. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. Okay, so you cover with the covering of the spirit of America will make it the with the American spirit. Okay, you cover with the covering of the American spirit, but not of the spirit of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, not the spirit of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth. Okay, as it is written, come out of her, my people. Okay, so you receive none of her plagues. It's written in the book of Revelation. mouth, to strengthen them that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you want to say, save us, Joe. You want to trust in the strength of Joe. You want to trust in the strength of your governor. You want to trust in the strength of the politicians and the legislation that they can pass, and the emergency funding acts, and and whatever. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay, and Lord, it's verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
It was not safe for anybody. People are concerned about the fact that they're still coughing, having headaches. Pets, animals, wildlife is being affected by this. I'm concerned for the long-term effects of what this could bring for anybody in the area, or anybody in the radius of 30 miles that this is now affecting because of the acid rains.
First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, so the train crash happened, they say peace and safety, and all of a sudden it rained for the next month, and you're getting acid rained on you. Okay? But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay? Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Okay? So America has a dark cloud, a dark spirit over it, period. Okay, it's only evil times ahead, and America's about to be judged. But the children of the light are not walking in darkness. Okay, so we have a better understanding of what God is doing upon the earth than, at least we appear to have a better understanding than most. T.D. Jakes comes to mind. So the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. Okay, sober meaning sober in the doctrine. Okay, not being drunk off the wine of Babylon. Okay, not having an American spirit on you. Okay, and having a sober mind towards Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, even if you are had glasses of wine, your mind is still sober towards the Lord. Okay, verse 7, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
It's a danger to us all, and there's got to be more done about this, seriously.
I have some safety concerns, long-term concerns. I do think it would be prudent to make sure that enough agencies work together to make sure that a thorough cleaning is done.
He has safety concerns because sudden destruction has fell upon him, as it is written in the book of 1 Thessalonians. Sudden destruction fell upon him. Before then, they thought peace and safety, everything was fine, every day, normal day. Might get some box today, chicken box, box in the bed, who knows, all right? But then, sudden destruction came.
What steps that is, again, I don't know, but I would hope that the proper leaders take the action necessary to make sure that we can feel comfortable and that members of this community can feel comfortable for years to come.
We didn't have any type.
Putting his hope in the strength of Pharaoh. Okay, the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right, the book of Isaiah chapter 19, verse 8. Whoa, that just made me think of the other video where the river's drying up. Whoa.
type of what you should do, guidelines to keep you as safe as you can be, and for your children and stuff. They just, you're good, go home, hurry up, get back to your normal life, and good luck. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a shame. I feel like if it would have happened somewhere else.
Isaiah 30:3, these scriptures, man. You can't make this up. Everything you say, everything you say ties to a scripture. Everything you do and think ties to a scripture. The book of Isaiah chapter 30:3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Probably would have been different.
While this isn't anybody's fault, it is Norfolk Southern's fault. They let their train go through maintenance checks without being fixed. It's always been that. The fact that their concern was only opening those tracks and just letting everybody come back without even telling us if it was really safe or not is alarming, especially from our government. You should be more concerned about the people.
Long term, we're going to be establishing a drive in our hometown and making sure that as long as there's a need, we will do our best to help attend to that need.
East Palestine, FEMA denied. Welcome to East Palestine, FEMA denied. Can't make this stuff up. Bomb train in Ohio sickens residents. Railroad cutbacks, corporate greed. You can't make this stuff up, man. In fact, let's see if that other video is there. Can't make this stuff up. And you ready? Because that's exactly how this place is going to go out, man. Exactly how this place is going to go out. Where is that? Where is it? Thought I just... Slovakia. Wow. I just watched it. I just watched it. That's crazy. Reservoir. I don't know how to spell that. Reservoir drying up. Nah, man, this was the real reason Lake Mead. I don't think it was Lake Mead. Is that it? Euphrates River just stopped drying up and something terrifying was found. The real reason Lake Mead is drying up. Colorado River dried up and now something weird is happening. I almost clicked on that. It might be clickbait. Oh, Lord. The Mississippi River finally dried up and something terrifying is happening. Mississippi drying up. Colorado River finally dried up. Lake Mead finally dried up. It might be Lake Mead. Lake Powell is drying up. Okay, let's see this. UK reservoir sees driest made in 100 plus years. Hoover Dam, drought plus Lake Mead's drought. We already seen him say that the acid rain. The book Isaiah chapter 19 verse 8. The fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. Lament is a passionate expression of grief. Okay? So, bad times is coming ahead for the water systems. Okay, the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 5. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. Okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen again. The book of Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. Okay? So people probably going to end up drinking more spit than water in the future. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right, made me think of the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Okay, the day of the Lord is approaching. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right, so it's dark times ahead. But the children of the light are going to be okay. Amos 5:19. As if a man did flee from a lion, this is the day of the Lord. Okay, as a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Okay, so you think you escaped the drought. You away from the water drought. But then wherever you at, there's a train derailment, and now it's toxic chemicals everywhere. Okay, the drought and the water drought could be the lion. You flee from the lion. You get away from that, the water's crisis. And now where you at, the bear is a train that got derailed and toxic chemicals going everywhere. Okay, now you get away from that. Now you get to the FEMA camp. Lean your hand on the wall to rest because you feel safe now. You can lean your hand on the wall and relax, catch your breath. But now they're telling you got to take a RFID chip or face this guillotine. Okay, the serpent, that old slithery snake, has come to bite you. Okay, the book of Amos chapter 5 verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it. Okay, no brightness in it. So the times that we're coming into is I can't think of a word to describe it. I was gonna say epic, historical, monumental, but those just don't do justice. The times we're coming into is the day of the Lord, where the whole world sees the power and glory of Yahweh, the name Yahweh Shai, and the promise that was given to Abraham, that was given to Abram, whose name was changed to Abraham, was given to Isaac, and to Jacob, whose name was changed to Yasha'Allah, also known as Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel, to be more specific. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? George Soros think he a hammer. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Oh, hell nah. We ain't got time for that. Let's see, Jeremiah 50 and 23. Wow, that's a beautiful verse, Jeremiah 50 and 20. Let's just read that. It sounds beautiful. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 20. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. So we know that prophecy ain't been fulfilled because people over there in the land of Israel doing abominable acts in the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. Okay, the elect will be reserved. Okay. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Okay, so dealing with the daughter of Babylon. The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, rise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, the children of Edom are the daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Okay. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. It made me think of Jeremiah 50:20. So okay, let's go get Edom real quick. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Okay, this is our father's wife. That the Lord is explaining what's going on with this discomfort in her womb with the twins. And 2 manner of people should be separated from thy bowels. So it's going to be 2 manner of people that's going to be separate, not equal. It's going to be separated and not equal from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Okay, that's the so-called Black, Spanish, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and so forth. And the elder shall be served the younger. Okay, the stronger is the so-called races, nations I just named. The other is the so-called Edomites. And the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, Esau is older than Jacob. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that, his brother came out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. So a score is 20 years, 80 is 60. Okay, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Jacob. Oh, wait a minute. So Esau is a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Okay, so the Edomites established hunting seasons and love the field. Okay, love the field. So Esau is also Edom. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Okay, so the house of Edom is the house of Esau. Edom, red. Okay, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau. Okay, land of Edom, Idumea, land south and east and southeast of Palestine. Okay, Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob, hence the region Idumea, occupied by him. All right. Yeah, give me a second.
Get some Kool-Aid so I can get something to drink.
You ain't cool enough for no Kool-Aid, but I got you though. Go ahead and give me a second. I'm almost finished, babe. Fix your face. Salaki. Boom. Yeah, so that's Jacob. That's Esau. Okay, the daughter of Babylon. Okay, Jeremiah 50:20. How was the hem of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nation? The book of Revelation, chapter 18. America's through, man. America's through. All right? Tired of telling everybody about to die soon. And nobody believes me. Tired tired of telling everybody about to die soon, man. A lot of mass death, a lot of death coming. And I ain't just talking about 20, 30,000 in one day because of a tremor without an epicenter. I can't call that a tremor. A disaster without an epicenter. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. George Soros, you ain't gonna make it, buddy, unless you make it in chains with an ass whipping. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Not all people. Nah, some of y'all can stay. But the Lord's people need to come out of her. Who? Babylon. Spiritually. Okay? Get out that American spirit. Okay? That ye be not partakers of her sins. Period. And that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. So the reward that she gave the Israelites and the rest of the world is the reward that Esau and Edom is going to receive upon itself. Okay? And not only that, you're going to get double. Okay? The noose is going to be thicker with thorns. You're going to win a noose of thorns, huh? You want a crown? You want a thorn crown on your head, buddy? All right, so all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. I wonder what the Holy Spirit's name would actually be. Never mind. Because I was about to say probably wouldn't have one, or it would be given. I don't know. I ain't trying to sound all bugged out like Ezra and other prophets asking a million questions. Shalom.